Imagine a family enjoying a dream holiday in sunny Portugal, only to face every parent's worst nightmare. On May 3, 2007, 3-year-old Madeleine McCann vanished from her family's apartment at the Ocean Club Resort in Praia da Luz. Her parents, Kate and Jerry McCann, had gone to dinner just steps away while checking on the children every so often. When Kate returned, Madeleine's bed was empty, the window was open, and the child was gone. Panic swept through the resort as police, locals, and tourists searched frantically. Within hours, news spread across the world. The disappearance of Madeleine McCann quickly grew into one of the most famous missing child cases of modern times, sparking an international manhunt. The investigation soon uncovered details that only deepened the mystery. Witnesses claimed to have seen a man carrying a small child in pajamas that same night, raising theories of abduction. Sniffer dogs brought in by investigators allegedly detected traces of blood and cadaver scent in the McCann's rental car and apartment, but the findings were inconclusive. The Portuguese police first pursued the abduction theory, but later controversially labeled the parents as suspects. Media coverage became intense, and every rumor was amplified across the globe. The lack of clear forensic evidence meant every clue led to dead ends. Each passing day created more confusion, and the case became a storm of contradictions with no solid answers. As weeks turned into years, countless theories surfaced about Madeleine's disappearance. Some believed an international child trafficking network kidnapped her. Others pointed to a local intruder familiar with the resort. Still others accused the parents, though no charges were ever proven. Reported sightings of Madeleine came from Morocco, Spain, and even South America, but none were ever confirmed. Millions in public donations and government funds fueled private detectives and global investigations. The case was covered in documentaries, podcasts, and news specials, keeping the mystery alive. But each theory collapsed without evidence, leaving only speculation. The disappearance of Madeleine McCann became not just a case, but a worldwide obsession. More than 17 years later, the Madeleine McCann case remains one of the world's most haunting mysteries. In recent years, attention has focused on Christian Bruckner, a German convicted criminal linked to the area, but no definitive charges have solved the case. Her parents continue their fight, marking every anniversary with public appeals for information. The haunting image of Madeleine's face, frozen in childhood, is still one of the most recognized missing child photos in history. Despite global searches, no body, no motive, and no clear evidence have ever been found. The Madeleine McCann disappearance stands as a tragic symbol of unanswered questions. And until the truth comes out, the world will keep asking, where is Madeleine McCann? Imagine leaving home for a short drive and never returning. On December 18, 2011, 23-year-old Phoenix Colden, a bright and ambitious young woman from St. Sax, Louis, Missouri, vanished without a trace. Her Chevy Blazer was found abandoned, engine still running, in the middle of a road, but Phoenix was gone. The driver's door was open, her purse and ID inside, yet her glasses and phone were missing. She was a talented student, athlete, and musician with dreams of building a future. Nothing about her life suggested she would walk away. The Phoenix Colden disappearance stunned her community, raising terrifying questions. How could a young woman vanish so suddenly, in broad daylight, with her car left behind? The abandoned Chevy Blazer became the center of the investigation. Found only a few miles from her home, it looked like Phoenix had stopped suddenly and stepped out. But there were no footprints, no witnesses, and no sign of a struggle. Police at first treated the case as a possible voluntary disappearance, frustrating her family, who insisted Phoenix would never abandon her life. Investigators later admitted crucial mistakes were made in the first hours, losing valuable leads. The lack of immediate urgency cost precious time. While detectives searched, her parents launched their own efforts, posting flyers, raising money, and begging for answers. Yet every trail grew cold, leaving only more mystery. As the case unfolded, hidden parts of Phoenix's life began to surface. Investigators discovered she may have been living a double life, with secret friends, a second phone, and a side unknown even to her parents. Some suggested she was targeted by human trafficking rings, as St. Louis is a known hub for trafficking activity. Others believe she was the victim of a random crime. Every theory seemed possible: abduction, foul play, or even a carefully planned disappearance. Documentaries and true crime shows reignited attention, but no solid evidence emerged. Theories multiplied, but they only deepened the mystery. With no proof of what happened, the Phoenix Colden case became one of America's most chilling unsolved disappearances. More than a decade later, the disappearance of Phoenix Colden remains an open wound for her family. Her parents never stopped searching, believing that someone out there knows the truth. Over the years, private investigators and media coverage have tried to keep her name alive. Yet the official case file remains cold, with no arrests and no closure. Theories of trafficking, kidnapping, and secrets continue to swirl, but the answers are buried in silence. Each anniversary brings new appeals and heartbreak for her loved ones. The haunting image of Phoenix's smile reminds the world of a life cut short by mystery. Until the truth is revealed, the Phoenix Colden disappearance will stand as one of America's most disturbing mysteries. Imagine talking to someone on the phone, and in the middle of the conversation, they simply vanish forever. On May 14, 2008, 19-year-old Brandon Swanson disappeared near Marshall, Minnesota, after celebrating the end of his college semester. Around midnight, Brandon accidentally drove his Chevy Lumina into a ditch on a rural road. Stranded, he called his parents for help. They stayed on the phone with him for over 45 minutes as he tried to guide them to his location. Suddenly, Brandon said, "Oh, there are the lights," and then the line went silent. His phone remained active, but Brandon was never seen or heard from again. When investigators arrived, they found Brandon's car exactly where he said, stuck in a ditch, but there were no signs of him. Search teams, dogs, and hundreds of volunteers combed the surrounding fields and rivers. His phone records confirmed he had walked nearly 2 miles from the car before the call ended. Authorities believed he may have fallen into the nearby Yellow Medicine River, but extensive searches found nothing. No clothes, body, or belongings were ever discovered. The mystery deepened as his phone continued to ring for hours before eventually going dead. It was as if Brandon had stepped off the earth. The disappearance of Brandon Swanson sparked countless theories. Some believe he drowned in the river, his body hidden by currents or buried under debris. Others suggest he may have been a victim of foul play, attacked by someone in the dark on farmland roads. A few believe he may have wandered further than expected, collapsing from exhaustion or hypothermia. The eerie detail of him saying, "Oh, there's the lights," moments before silence still haunts investigators. Did he see a farmhouse, a passing vehicle, or something more sinister? Without evidence, every possibility remains open. The case remains unsolved, fueling endless speculation. The disappearance of Brandon Swanson left his parents devastated, but their fight for answers changed Minnesota forever. They pushed for Brandon's Law, passed in 2009, requiring police to take missing adult reports seriously and begin immediate searches, even if no crime is suspected. Today, that law has helped countless families avoid the same tragedy. But for Brandon's loved ones, closure has never come. His case is still open, with investigators hoping for a break even after more than a decade. Each year, vigils remind the community that Brandon is not forgotten. The Brandon Swanson disappearance stands as both a haunting mystery and a symbol of change. Until he is found, the question remains, what happened in the darkness of that night in 2008?